What's up guys, welcome back to Hypixel Skyblock, and today's video isn't going to be focused on something specific, but it will contain a ton of RNG drops from Blade Slayer, Spider Slayer, as well as some Diana, which was the pre-update one, because some of these clips are really old. If you like the type of content I make, please feel free to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to see when I upload next, and I'll see you in today's video. Some of these clips are so old, like 6 months old, that I don't know what to do with them anymore, so I just decided to put this in the video. Here is the clip of me dropping my first ever Chimera book in my life, and on this profile, back when they were 140 million coins. I actually forgot to include this clip in the last video because while I was killing some T3 Blade Slayers, I was able to hit Blade Slayer level 6. This unlocked both of the T3 dagger recipes as well as the alert flare and blaze tag ham radio. It also gave me 100 Skyblock XP, which leveled me up to level 425. One thing I did in the Dwarven Mines was grind up 20 refined mithril as well as a single piece of plasma so I can start forging the beacon 4. The thing I want to work on this video is mainly going to be Inferno minions. This is why I want to get as much upgrades as possible before I actually fuel them with expensive fuel. Speaking of upgrades, I bought myself 2 heat cores so I can upgrade these enchanted lava buckets into magma buckets. And by surrounding them by enchanted mithril, I can craft 2 mithril infusions, which permanently increases a minion's speed by 10%. By combining this with the 2 Inferno minions that I already have, which has a free will on it, it will give it a 20% boost in total from both the mithril infusion and the free will. And yes, I even crafted myself 2 flycatchers, which is basically the most expensive part of the minion upgrades, putting 1 in each of the Inferno minions. I also upgraded both of the Inferno minions to T3 using 16 molten powder. In the Diana from the first clip, I actually dropped like 5 Crown of Greeds as well as a Chimera book, which I used on the Daedalus Blade. This was before the nerf, so my first instinct was to put it on the Daedalus Blade, no questions asked. Continuing off of last video, I made sure to get Inary's contact, giving him the red hoodie, as well as St. Jerry's contact when the Jerry's Island was open. Heading back over to Blade Slayer, I used the 2 Fire Aspect 3 books that I got and applied it to both of my daggers to gain some extra DPS. Since I have a ton of Gabagool saved up from all 11 of my minions, I decided it was time to start making some hypergolic fuel. All of that Gabagool only turned into 12 hypergolics. To actually craft the Inferno fuel, you will need 6 distillates that you drop from Blade Slayer, as well as 2 Inferno blocks that you buy from Elizabeth using bits. I was actually able to make 13 Inferno minion fuel, as I was able to craft an extra hypergolic from the rest of the Gabagool that I had. I'm saving up all this fuel for the next derpy that is going to be in a few days. Derpy will increase the drops by 2 times because of its minion double output perk. I also fueled my beacon with scorched power crystals because it gives you a 1% boost to minions. In total, my beacon is giving around a 9% boost because it's base 8% plus the scorched. As Derpy was elected, I only fueled the 2 Inferno minions that had the upgrades to it. The rest of the Inferno minions, which were tier 1 or tier 2, I just fueled using some foul flesh to get some extra crude gabagool, which I might be able to make an extra Inferno fuel during Derpy. Checking up on it the next day, I was surprised to see 2 Inferno Vertexes for only 20 hours of the minion fuel. My other minion also had a Vertex in it, as well as some chili pepper, which I didn't collect. I actually waited the 4 hours to collect all the drops from it, including the 49 chili pepper from the first minion. This unlocked the pepper collection to 2, which gave me the recipe for the polar gummy bear. It also leveled me up to Skyblock level 426. My other minion also had the same amount of chili peppers, so it gave me the chili pepper collection 3. This is a pretty good milestone, as the Capsaicin eye drop is a temporary upgrade that increases the Inferno minion speed. While this was happening, the Traveling Dew also happened, so I quickly went over to collect Oringo's contact for another 10 Skyblock XP. My second batch gave me 1 Vertex from the first minion. I also made 6 Capsaicin eye drops using some Hydra heads and exportable carrots. The second minion gave me 2 Vertexes. I also applied the eye drops to both of the minions. Right now, each fuel is giving me around 1.5 Vertexes. Yet again, the first minion gave me 1 Vertex as well as a stack of chili peppers, which upgraded my collection to 4, as well as my second minion giving me 2 Vertexes, which is extremely lucky. I was mining a little earlier and I was able to get a perfect Peridot, which applied onto my rancher's boots. And I also claimed all my ice minions. Each of them had 40 enchanted packed ice in them. I was using my Jade Dragon pet to level up, but I didn't get that much XP on it since it was mining XP. Another thing I wanted to do is claim all my bestiary milestones, which equated to around 9 million XP during Derpy. I also got my epic Phoenix Peg to level 100, as well as gaining 30 Skyblock XP from that. On the last day of Derpy, I did decide to fuel every single Inferno minion that I had down. This wasn't a very good idea, as I didn't even average 1 Vertex from each of the minions. Though, one of the other minions did give me 3 Vertexes, as well as the T4 giving me 2 extra. And heading over to the last minion, which is up here. This is the T4 that I have. In here I had 2 Vertexes from it, meaning that I did average 1 Vertex from each fuel, even though 2 of my minions gave me 2, as well as one of them giving me 3. This put me at a total of 21 Vertexes, and I am saving up for the T3 daggers, which I need 32 for, so I do need 11 still. I was able to get a 3rd Inferno minion with a free will, so I applied a Mithril infusion to it, as well as upgrading it to T4. I did claim my Beacon 5 from the Forge. When fueled, it does give me a 10% minion speed boost. If you already didn't know what a free will is, it's an item that when you give to a minion, it gives you a 50-50 chance of them staying and gaining 10% minion speed, or them leaving like these 2 minions did. The item you actually get from the rift by guessing a specific number every 5 days. Quick tip, number 13 works almost every time, so just guess 13 every time. I actually played for like 20 minutes for one of the Dianas, and I was actually able to get 1 Inquisitor and make it drop a Chimera. So I just put it onto my Dayblade to make it Chimera too. Also, I tried another free will on a minion, which just left for the 3rd time in a row. Stepping away from Blade Slayer and going over to Spider Slayer, I decided I should probably work on some of the drops I need, which the Ensnared Snail was not on. This is one of the items that gives you the upgrade to Bane 7. Unlike the Ensnared Snail, the Shriveled Wasp is one of the items I actually need. To be specific, I need a total of 11 I think, but it's probably more than that. I also saw a lot of people using the Flaming Flay and using Ferocity to kill the Tarantula boss a lot faster than I was. So I decided to upgrade my Soul Whip into the Flaming Flay using a Hotspot Orb as well as a Lava Orb, Braided Griffin Feather, as well as the Brimstone Handle that drops from Ragnarok's. The Flaming Flay actually gives it more ferocity and more base stats. If you can tell from the top left, I did another 100 Spider Slayer bosses, and I was able to drop 2 Vial of Venoms as well as a Shriveled Wasp in that time span. I actually don't remember what this was, but I have some Jerry boxes from the last Jerry I did. It's not a lot, but I still need to open them. From all of that, I only got 3 green Jerry talismans, which isn't a lot, and all of the other items I got were rubbish. Another thing I got was a Severed Pincer from the experimentation table. This is basically a T7 upgrade to Frail. This isn't something you would want to get from an experimentation table, since you can already get this outside of it pretty easily by fishing. Foxy was in Mayor at this time of recording, so I actually bought myself the final mask that I needed from the carnival, which was the bee mask, and donated to the museum. For the rest of the Spider Slayer drops, I dropped another Fly Swatter as well as a Digested Mosquito, which I'm probably gonna use to make a mosquito pet. I also used 2 more free wills, one of them failing, but one of them actually succeeding, giving me my 4th ever minion with the free will upgrade. Unfortunately, this is the end of the episode. As you can see, I'm currently recording on the newest hub, which is the 1.21 revamp. In my opinion, it looks very good, but some of these diagonal builds like the museum and some of the smaller houses kinda look scuffed, but it's fine. Another problem I have is that there's a floating cat right here. I don't know if this is intentional, but it is floating, so probably not. If you like the type of content I make, please feel free to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to see when I upload next, and I'll see you in the next week's episode or next month. Bye.